Hey guys, welcome to the Highlysober Hangout movie review sneak peek. My name is Gerald Yelverton and I'm your host today. And today we'll be reviewing 12 Years a Slave, the 2013 epic drama. Now, the sneak peek series is a little bit different than our regular roundtable movie review series. In the sneak peek, it's a much smaller show. We'll actually be talking about movies that are currently in the theater and basically just giving you our thumbs up, thumbs down, and a brief synopsis of what we thought. Like I said, this is a smaller show. Today it is just me. And so yeah, let's get right into it. Today we'll be reviewing 12 Years a Slave, directed by Steve McQueen and produced by Brad Pitt's Plan B Entertainment. And 12 Years a Slave stars Chiwetel Ejiofor, Michael Fassbender, Lupita Nyong'o, Brad Pitt, Benedict Cumberbatch, Sarah Paulson, Alfre Woodard, Paul Giamatti, Paul Dano, Taran Killam, and Quvenzhané Wallis.
I want to ask you what part of the country you come from.
I originate from Canada. I guess where that is.
Oh, I know where Canada is. I've been there myself.
Well, travel for a slave.
Solomon Northup is an expert player on the violin.
I was born a free man. Lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Until the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped. Sold into slavery.
Well, boy, how you feel now?
My name is Solomon Northup. I'm a free man, and you have no right whatsoever to detain me.
You're no free man. You're nothing but a Georgia runaway.
Went down to the river Jordan.
And that servant that don't obey his Lord shall be beaten with many stripes. That's scripture. The condition of your laborers, it's all wrong.
They're my property.
You say that with pride.
I say it as fact.
Drink!
Man does how he pleases with his property.
You come here. I say come here!
Days ago I was with my family. In my home. Now you tell me all is lost.
If you want to survive, do and say as little as possible. My soul arise in it.
But I don't want to survive.
For the year when
I want to live.
Don't you know something?
I did as instructed. There's something wrong. It's wrong with the instruction.
Master brought you here to work. Any more, I'll earn you 100 lashes.
I know what it like to be the object of Master's lash.
In his own time, good Lord will manage them all.
I will survive. I will not fall into despair. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune. I was a free man. I'm not a slave.
12 Years a Slave is a historical drama and adaptation of the 1853 autobiography by Solomon Northup, a New York State-born free African-American who was kidnapped in Washington, D.C. in 1841 and sold into slavery. He worked on plantations in Louisiana for 12 years before his release. Now, up to this point, I've seen this movie 3 times in the theater. And this movie is just, it's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. It is some of the best filmmaking that I have seen in quite some time. I highly recommend this. With a running time of just over 134 minutes, so just over two hours. This movie, it really generates every emotion while you're sitting in the theater. You're awed, you cry, you laugh hysterically, you're on the edge of your seat, and it really doesn't seem like the movie is that long. And once it starts to wrap up pretty suddenly, you're like, wow, this is such an amazing ride. Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Solomon Northup, the free man who was put back into slavery, and he turns out an amazing an amazing performance. I really wasn't familiar with his work before I saw this movie, but I definitely think right now he has to be the front runner to win Best Actor of the Year at the Oscars and pretty much throughout the award season. Like that being said, I think 12 Years a Slave is definitely the proverbial front runner at this point, just at the beginning of December, and I really think it's it's going to take most of the awards. I think director Steve McQueen is going to be nominated. Obviously, this movie is going to be nominated for Movie of the Year. I think Michael Fassbender, who plays, who's really the villain in this film, plays one of the slave owners that owns, Solomon Northup for quite some time. I think he turns out an amazing performance. I would be surprised if he doesn't walk away with the Best Supporting Actor nomination and award. And Lupita Nyong'o, who plays the slave Patsy, who is owned by Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender also has quite some affection for her. I think she absolutely, positively steals the movie. She has some really, really powerful scenes. It's nothing like I've really ever seen before. She's quite amazing. Besides the story and besides those three actors, I think this movie in time will be a mark for some absolutely stunning performances by actors who some you're expecting these performances from because they always deliver, but others I really think this is a testament. I mean, Brad Pitt, who always delivers, is great. Benedict Cumberbatch, who I think is one of the hottest actors working today, turns out an amazing performance, and the performance that he turns out as opposed to Michael Fassbender is amazing. Sarah Paulson, who plays Michael Fassbender's wife, I've normally seen her in a lot of comedic roles, like in the NBC show Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. And here she's just powerful. Alfre Woodard, who always just performs, and I really don't think gets the recognition that she deserves. She's amazing. Paul Giamatti turns out another great performance, and Paul Dano, who is having a great year in Prisoners and in this movie, really stakes his claim towards the beginning of the movie. Taran Killam from SNL turns out a great performance, and Quvenzhané Wallis, who rocketed to stardom last year in Beasts of the Southern Wild, was the youngest actress ever to be nominated for an Oscar, Best Actress Oscar. You kind of forget that she's in the film because she's only in it for a short time at the beginning, but when her credits come across the screen, once you see it again, you're like, oh yeah, that is her. This movie was, like I said, it brought up a lot of feeling, a lot of emotions. I think a lot of people, and rightly so, would compare this to the miniseries Roots, because of the slavery aspect, and I don't think we've really gone into that world on such a grand stage since the 1970s. But that being said, I think that's basically where the comparisons between 12 Years a Slave and Roots ends, because this is a totally different story. It's a totally different feel. The production value is much better. I think the acting is superb, and it's a different point of view, because we're taking a guy who was free, and then all of a sudden he winds up in slavery, and you're trying to figure out, how is he going to get out of this? How does she adapt to this? And he's quite, prideful, because he was a free man. He's a violinist. And I don't want to spoil anything, but eventually to him being taken to the South and pretty much just given a whole nother identity. One thing that I can say about this film is compared to a lot of slavery stories, I feel like just the dialogue and the, how the slaves talk, I feel it's very poetic. I mean, it's greatly written. I would also expect this to be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, because there's such a poetic way that everyone speaks. And I was talking to someone that I saw the movie with, and I was like, I thought it was really interesting how everyone who is pretty much good, like the heroes in the story, have such a Shakespearean way of talking, and it's not really what we perceive as the way slaves generally talk. And then on the flip side of that, the people that you would think are more educated, the slave owners and things like that, they are the ones that really have that southern dialect. Yeah, I highly recommend this film. It's rated R, but this is something that I think even after this movie goes through award season and is out of the theater, this is definitely a movie that will be talked about for some time. I suspect that this will be the movie that newer generations will see in school when they learn about the Civil War and slavery in the South, and I think that this is the film that would be shown and probably take over for the miniseries Roots. But yeah, I highly recommend this film. Definitely go out and see it while in the theaters. See it with a bunch of people. See it multiple times. And this is the type of film that after you see it, definitely have to go grab a cup of coffee or a drink and discuss what you saw. I really enjoyed seeing this movie, and it brings up a lot of discussions if you see it with people from different generations, people from different ethnic groups, races. It really provokes a lot of thought, and I think that's what film should do, and definitely a film like this. I can't imagine many people will be take offense to this or be bothered by it, because it's a true story, and the fact that it is a true story, I think gives it that much more weight to say that this really happened. So yeah, I would recommend this. I would say this is definitely 5 out of 5 stars. Besides the Oscars that I said it would get, I think that is also be nominated for Best Cinematography. There's a gripping shot towards the end of the movie where the camera's just still, and towards the middle of the movie there's another shot that the camera just stays for about 5 minutes on a shot and just keeps rolling, so you really feel like you were there in Louisiana. Best costumes, I suspect that this will be nominated for, and yeah, this is the film of the year. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely go see it. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you thought. Once again, my name is Gerald Yelverton. Highly Sober Hangout Movie Review. You can check us out at highlysoberproductions@gmail.com, and you can take a look at us at facebook.com/highlysoberproductions. Thank you very much, guys. I will catch you on the flip side, and thanks for being awesome. Bye.